Hello Flosstube, this is AM Dreaming Stitcher, and this is another installment in my ongoing parade of charts and kits and booklets and such that I have accumulated over all my years of stitching. I know I will never get them all stitched. The plan is just that at least I can share them with you. Some of these I know cropped up in videos in the past as haul at the time that I got them, but this is meant to be kind of a systematic parade through everything, so I apologize if there are repeats. I hope there's enough new stuff to hold your interest. Today is charts and booklets, and the first one up is called Classic Alphabets. It was kind of a supplement to Just Cross Stitch magazine, although I don't remember receiving any such supplements in the years when I subscribed long ago. It does have the alphabet that you see on the cover, plus some other very basic, simple ones. And yeah, it just says supplement to Just Cross Stitch on the back. I don't want to give away what's on the inside, but they're pretty much really basic alphabets. There's at least half a dozen of them, maybe 10 or 12 even. Okay, next we have the third in a series from Jeanette Cruz Designs that they called Omnibooks. I have in earlier videos showed the Omnibooks, I think it was at the shore, I think they called it. This one is called Bed and Bath, and it's a little bit more of a miscellany. You have things you might want to stitch on towels or pillowcases or dresser sets or just all kinds of stuff. And so there's quite an interesting variety of things in there, suitable for borders, suitable for framing up, whatever. These books do seem to print the projects on the covers, so I'm just going to try to show those to you. I know that my camera's not going to give you a very good view of most things, and that's why I try to tell you enough that if you like it, you can find it somewhere else. Okay, here on the inside cover, I see some welcome to our home signs, things that seem to be designed for some rebellious adolescence room with signs like hazardous waste, rebellion in progress, high decibel levels, and so on. Things for the bathroom, like let's potty. I have no idea what the loose change sign would be useful for. I'm missing out on something, I guess. There's a cat, very angry looking cat saying go away. And then we have a lot of lovely floral borders at the top that might be suitable on towels, for example. Inside the back cover, nice cat giving himself a bath that says bath in progress. Some designs for mugs. Not sure what they have to do with bed and bath, but designs that go into stitchable mugs. I like the few little tropical fish designs that show up that I guess are bathroom oriented. Some shells, more flowers, just a little of everything. This one really is very miscellaneous. Some penguins marching along. I don't know what to say about this one. I think I got it inexpensively somewhere because it did not catch my eye as much as the others in the series, and I certainly don't have them all anyway. But then I have a Leisure Arts booklet by Deborah Lambine called Pretty Bookmarks. They're just very geometric in design. I think that with the changing taste in colors over the years, you could probably just adapt these to whatever the current colorway is that people find interesting. Since they are very geometric, it's not like you're changing the natural shades of an animal or a specific flower or anything like that. So even though it's an old chart, I think it's very usable even in the present. And I think the only ones in there are the ones on the cover. This one, Bookmarks Galore from Leisure Arts, says it has 66 designs, so there are definitely far more than just what you see on the cover. Some of them have figures, like here's a dragon reading a book, or a little cat that says the smallest feline is a masterpiece. Feline is a masterpiece. It's a little hard to read from where I'm sitting. There are more geometric looking designs, just a lot of different stuff. Let me see if I can find you. I know there'll be some on the back. These Flowers of the Month I've seen published separately as well. That's what's up in the corner there. I'm sorry, I'm just having a big sigh as I look at my camera and thinking I wish that I was able to do this better. but I can't, like when I try to bring them to the camera, everything goes out of focus. I don't know that that helps much. And I don't know if there are any more shown on the inside. I'm just taking a quick look. Yes, there are. I thought there were. That's why I was taking the time to do it. So here's some more. There's some more of the flowers of the month, the ones that weren't pictured on the back. So that's Bookmarks Galore with 66 designs in it from Leisure Arts. And it did have a copyright on the inside cover of 1997. Here's a much newer Leisure Arts book called Cross Stitch Bookmark Medley. These, they apparently partnered with Hirschner's to do these designs. So you see some on the cover, but on the inside there's actually, in most cases, a pair. So there's something else paired up with the coffee mugs, for example. And here's some more of them on the back. And I'm going to try to show you what I mean about them being paired up on the inside. This one, as I said, is a whole lot newer. I don't know if it has a copyright that I can find for you. 2014 instead of 1997. There's some more of the ones from the cover pictured on the inside. But to give you an example, here are the chickadee bookmarks. And in addition to the one on the cover, there's a second bookmark. It's kind of a nest of eggs. Here is the wine bottle bookmark, and there's one paired up with it. So everything on the cover has some kind of match on the inside to make a pair. Okay, next is another Leisure Arts booklet. This one is called Christmas Stockings. Also seems to have been done somehow in collaboration with Hirschner's. If you're not familiar with them, they are a catalog and a website. It's been around a very long time. And so there are a number of different Christmas stockings in here. On the back, you can see some of them pictured. I got it for the Blue Santa, and then he turned out to be in some other things I have too, so it wasn't really necessary to get this just for him. But let me try to give you, if possible, a quick flip through of those, just because some people do like stocking projects and you might want to know what's in here. There's the one with the Blue Santa with the adorable little bunnies in his basket. They call it the wintry Blue Santa stocking. I think I saw a Flosstuber working this one up for his nephew or somebody. This is the reindeer stocking, designed by Barbara Sestock. Sorry, I should probably try to give you the designers more often if I remember to look for them. The Winter Magic stocking is pictured very tiny, but it's because it's the one on the cover. So I won't show it to you in the book because it's just a really small inset above the directions. Here's a close-up of the poinsettia stocking. And there's a pair of pets, angelic pets stocking, a dog and a cat, as kind of in gingham or calico outfits, very countrified. So that's all the stockings in that book. Next, I have a very, very old chart that I got at Friends of the Library or somewhere like that. It's called Jane Curry Designs, Raggedy Ann and Andy. Copyright 1992, I think. Yes, 1982, excuse me. Got to get some better glasses here. And I can't, it's all charts on the inside, but here on the back, might you give you some idea of the designs that are in that book. Yeah, I'm going to try to hold these to the camera when I can, because it definitely gives you a better image of what's going on. And here's one that I found on the secondhand market. It's, I think the series is the Collector's Gallery. It's from Cappy Originals Limited. Copyright 1993. They call this Landscape Stained Glass Window. And I know the camera's focusing in and out a lot, but that gives you an idea of that chart. And then we have a sampler graph for counted cross stitch. It is called Redeem. It has a little number on it, GP201. It seems to be from GICK Publishing Inc. So let's bring that up to where you can kind of see it. Very simple one. The one they stitched on the cover says 1980, so we can probably guess that's about the age of this chart. And the colors are all much better than what I'm able to show you. Here's one called Casseroles and More. It is a sort of it's an artifact of its time, I can tell you that much. It's by Monkey Business, leaflet number 4. It's kind of not exactly a recipe, but choose one of the things from this column, a protein with 2 cups of it, so pork or beef or poultry or whatever. Add a sauce, and they have some suggestions for sauces. Add some vegetables, a cup and a half of one of these choices, and so on. It gives you an idea, and then you stitch it up and put it in your kitchen, I guess. It's very weird. Maybe weird isn't a kind word for it, but I got it because I don't know, there was something nostalgic about it, but I don't know why I think it's nostalgia, since my mom had nothing like that in her kitchen. Anyway, here we have Millie Smith's Country Folk Art from Leisure Arts. This is a pretty old one. It's 22 toll painting designs for counted cross stitch. So let's get those where you can kind of see them. I believe there's more on the back. Some of them may be repeated. And I don't know if the focus is at all good enough for you to even see what's going on there. Is there anything else I can tell you about that one? It's copyright 1983. Maybe that would help you find it if you saw something you liked. This is A Touch of Country by Joyce Sebo. Sorry, I had to bring it up to my eyes so I could see what was going on. And I got it, I think, because I liked the little vegetables. But we have some watering cans and things with flowers in them, some chickens. Obviously the finishes would be much more up to date than those things. We have some fish and a clipper ship and a horse. I think I liked the ship too, and a trout. Is that a trout? And another horse. And so that's A Touch of Country by Joyce Sebo. And it is copyright. Well, it just says Sebo's Creations. It's not giving me a date. So Sebo, by the way, is spelled S-E-E-B-O. So if you saw something, it was book 7 as well. If you saw something you like, maybe you can look it up that way. Here's one that Tidewater Originals put out. It's a needlepoint and cross-stitch graphics. So basically they're charted designs. It just says graph for needlework. You can do them with either anything that is a charted, even with canvas of some kind, whether it's needlework canvas or cross-stitch fabric. And those are, I won't even call them mock-ups, but they are an idea of some of the hex signs that are in there. It's not exclusively hex signs, by the way. They also have kind of an Amish horse and buggy. So I'm going to give you very brief glimpses of some of what's on the inside. I'll try to cover up the key at the very least so that we're not giving away all the information. But there's the buggy at the back. And here's some of the hex signs. Here's some more. Just a glimpse, and there's more. There's more than that. There's another 4. So that's what that. It's pretty much what it says. Hex signs, 12 traditional Pennsylvania Dutch hex signs, graphed for needlework. Okay, next we have one called From the Garden, designed by Heather King. It's a Leisure Arts leaflet 413. I like fruits and vegetables. This wasn't terribly expensive. I don't know if I would stitch them or not. I have a feeling they would look, they're designed by Heather King. I have a feeling they would look much better stitched up. than they're looking to me on the booklet today. I think for one thing the colors would be brighter and more vibrant and prettier and just all of that. So that is From the Garden, designed by Heather King from Leisure Arts Incorporated, copyright 1986. Now we have one called Classic Collection from Graphique Needle Arts, book 4. I got it because I like the medieval look of this design on the front. On the interior, we actually have a number of different designs. It's not just that front one. Can we focus? Maybe. They're still tiny even when I hold them up to the camera. But it gives you an idea. For example, I see a playing card, a jack. I see an Afghan with flowers, kind of like the unicorn one, only with different animals, like a squirrel in the center instead of a unicorn in the center. So it has a number of different designs in it. Copyright 1978. My goodness. Yes, there's multiples of those medieval ones. There's one with kind of a deer hound and so on. Okay, this one is from Cross My Heart Incorporated. It is called Fantasy Horses. The designs are, it's by Melinda. They don't give her a last name. It's mostly horses of some kind, unicorns, Pegasus, a knight on a charger, one that looks like an Arabian show horse. There he is again on the back. So this is some other views of them stitched up. So that one again they call Fantasy Horses. Copyright 1990. Cross My Heart Incorporated. Okay. Cross My Heart Incorporated, Crazy About Quilts. Again, designs by Melinda. Number of different designs in this booklet, all kind of quilt themed or quilt based. Give you an idea what those look like. Here they are on the back again, usually with different finishes. For contrast, it's copyright 1994, Cross My Heart. And I think everything in it is pictured on the cover. Here they are, kind of in a center spread. All right, this one is called Timeless Tapestries. I ordered it online and thought, for example, that the roses here were also kind of lying in front of the picture. But as I recall, I think they're stitched in the picture, which to me is just peculiar. Let me see if I'm right. Yes, they are. They are part of the picture. I didn't know that when I ordered it. But anyway, I like the bird in the tree. Kind of fantastical looking tree with a flamingo and a swan below it. And they're nice designs. There's 3 of them. So again, they just kind of show you different finishes on the front and back covers. That was Cross My Heart Incorporated, Timeless Tapestries, copyright 1999. This is from Serendipity Designs. I have some of their kits, and their designer was Carolyn Meacham, so I'm guessing she was the company was hers, I guess. I'm just guessing. It's called Coasters 2, meaning she had another series of coasters before. And I'll try to get close enough. I liked the little kind of toll-like flowers, is why I think I picked this one up. And if we look at the back, we get an idea. There's those flowers again in the upper right. Get an idea of all the coasters that are in here. So there's a nice variety of designs in that booklet from Serendipity Designs, Carolyn Meacham, copyright 1983. This is another, I think, supplement. Well, maybe not. I just got it at the same time, I guess. It is a classic cross-stitch, a needle arts collection by Hirschner's. It came out in February and March of 1989. First in a series of nursery rhyme designs, seashells, Easter eggs, angels' hearts, elegant stitching with beads. I got it for the shells. So let's see if I can find those and show them to you. That's why I picked it up. I like this bell pull with the seashells. But let me give you, as long as I have it open, give you an idea of some of what else is in here. There's a holiday wreath. Maybe this was a magazine. It certainly doesn't feel like it. It's not very substantial. Let's put it that way. But here's a kind of nativity with some angels. I'm afraid I'm gonna bump my camera and lose my picture and have to start all over again. I don't want to do that. Here we go. Some I don't know, are those actually fleur-de-lis or just a similar kind of pattern, paisley? I don't know what to call those. An alphabet with a pretty kind of Art Nouveau border. And they do name the designers for each. Here's a couple of projects, the Cut the Cover project and some sock borders. Never thought of stitching on the top of socks. Apparently that was a thing. And they finished, this is kind of an album cover, but it says Merry Christmas. Maybe on a photo album. And some Easter eggs, so we're going to have to cover Easter eggs. Gives you an idea. Okay, so that was all classic cross-stitch needle arts collection. Maybe it should be with my magazines instead. This one is from Better Homes and Gardens, Cross-Stitch and Country Crafts, the 12 Days of Christmas. I know I showed this before and said there was no way I would finish it with these ruffles, but I like the simplicity of the designs. I might change the color of the numerals because they look a little dated. I don't normally mind when things have older colors, but sometimes they just... That's from March, April 1989, Cross-Stitch and Country Crafts. It's like, it seems to be a separate piece. I don't know if they republished it from the magazine or what. Anyway, here is a booklet called Pooh. P is for Pooh from Leisure Arts Cross-Stitch. On the cover we have Pooh taking Piglet for a walk in the very breezy day. Let's see what we can find on the inside. Some designs of Pooh and Tigger, Pooh by himself. Things suitable for putting on Afghan squares or pillows. Nice of them to put everything in the front of the book. It makes it much easier to flip through for you. And then they have all the charts in the back. So again, this is P is for Pooh from Leisure Arts. And I'll try to get you a copyright after we finish looking at all the pictures. A lot of stitching on clothing back then. One more. Pooh and Piglet walking away from us, done for the day. Yeah, the camera doesn't like that at all. Okay. And the copyright, obviously it's Disney is credited on there. Copyright 1999 Leisure Arts. Okay, here's one that's just a chart. It's called Camellias from the Classic Stitch. I showed a lot of my silver lining charts before. This probably should have been with them, but I think we have a number of floral charts and booklets coming up now. So that's Camellias from the Classic Stitch. They really are lovely. Stitched in DMC, copyright 1999 by Sharon Summers. It's done on their model was on a 36 count linen. This is a book from Jeanette Cruz Designs, part of Designs by Gloria and Pat. They call it Encore, a treasury of classic cross stitch. So I assume that each of these appeared in something else as well. And they are some really nice floral designs. I do like florals. And hearts and flowers gives you an idea that that's entirely what's in here. Like some of the other Omni books and things, they show you all the finishes on the inside cover. And on the back cover. So nice florals. That was Encore, a treasure of classic cross-stitch hearts and flowers from Jeanette Cruz Designs. It was copyright, perhaps I can find an actual date, given 1999. So many of these I bought secondhand, but they do seem to have been out at the time that I was starting to stitch. So maybe that's why they attract me. They're that same style that was so readily available back then. Okay, this one is called Wildflowers. It says yours truly counted cross stitch in the corner, and it's original designs by Perman of Copenhagen. So yes, you do get that design that's on the cover. You also get more floral designs on the inside, very much in the Perman style. That's, they say it's gold series number 6123. I think that's all of them. I think what you saw on the cover there is what you get. And copyright is 1983. This is from Leisure Arts, leaflet 409 by Mary Vincent Bertrand. It's called Earth Awakens. And it's mostly flowers, as you can see. There's a large one featured on the back. I think the cover shows you everything. That's all there is. It's copyright 1985 by Leisure Arts. Another floral one, Gerda Bengtson's Danish Floral Charted Designs. This is from Dover Needlework Series. I think I got this one from Amazon, so they should still be available. Lots of just small flowers. I like botanical things, what can I say? There's one on the back. Beautiful berries, black currants. It's a repeat pattern. And I think everything is pictured on the cover, so that should be it. I'm just checking to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could be wrong because there's 18 of those little ones and then the wall repeat. Oh no, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, another repeat pattern. Yeah, there's way more than what you get on the cover, but they're all similar to this. So Danish Floral Designs by Gerda Bengtsson. Here's one called from Leisure Arts called State Flowers, charted for cross stitch and needlepoint. So it's again a case where when you have a charted design, there's more than one way, more than one craft or needlecraft that you can use to stitch it up. It's by Carol Wilson Mansfield, and because it is State Flowers, there are a lot more than what you have on the cover. This just gives you a taste of what's inside. And I've seen this lots of times on the secondhand market, like Friends of the Library, for example. And some of the charts, maybe all of them, are in color, which is unusual for this style of booklet usually. Now I have a couple from Stony Creek Collection, Blue Periwinkle and Sweet Pea, which is what you see on the cover. Leaflet 183 from Stony Creek, and also Red Primrose and Hepatica. So you can see they can all be stitched up together if you wanted to. They're all very similar. Stony Creek Collection, leaflet 182 and 183. Don't see a copyright date, but I don't know that it's necessary. if you have enough information, you can probably find them. Here's a couple little ones from Serendipity Designs by Carolyn Meacham again. Floral Elegance Collection, Wisteria and Dahlia. Yes, I like florals. Here's pictures of the entire series. I only have those two, but there are lots of them and they're very pretty. Okay, this is Pansies, Violas, and Violets, designed by Cindy Rice for the Lilac Studio Incorporated. It's their design number 56. And that's it. An English Country Garden for Counted Quilting by Graphique Needle Arts. I wouldn't necessarily make them into quilt squares, but I do like them. They had Anne Hathaway's Cottage and Garden here in the corner, so there are a lot of quilt squares, but it's not just the quilt squares, which themselves are florals and fruits, both. It's book 19 in the series. There's another view on the back that looks like it's pretty much the same thing. And it's Graphique Needle Arts, copyright 1983. And I think the cover covers everything that's in there. And my half hour is up. I want to get these all filmed and keep filming, so that's kind of a little preview of where I'm going to start in the next video. Thank you very much for stopping by. I don't think my parade is terribly interesting outside the objects themselves. I guess I'm not an entertaining Flosstuber, but I do think that some people like to see these, so I hope you'll excuse the rather dull narration and at least enjoy what I have to show. Thank you for stopping by, and there will be many more installments to come. Bye-bye.